What's up, guys? Housing Market Morty here, and today we're going to be looking at a new factor that is going to affect the housing market. Actually, it's not a new factor. It's been coming, but it's in the news right now with this headline. Boomers worried about a recession are selling their homes now, guys. This is an article from MarketWatch. Let's get on into this. If you're on the cusp of retirement and you fear a recession is on its way, what steps would you take to protect your finances? For millions of Americans in this situation, one simple answer is sell your home while you still can and move into somewhere smaller or rent. About 13% of baby boomers, or roughly 1 in 8, told pollsters they had recently done just this, downsizing their home to reduce their costs in the face of a risky economy. It's hard to fault the logic. These home prices surely can't last forever. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, the average sales price of a U.S. home is still a third higher than it was in late 2019, during the boom and just before the pandemic. The average 30-year mortgage rate back then was 3.7. Now, today, it's 6.7. Logic says either the mortgage rate has to fall, a likely outcome in an economic downturn, or house prices will. Or maybe both. And while you might not want to try to time the housing market if you're young or middle-aged, if you're in your late 50s or older, you won't have the same flexibility about timing. Meanwhile, 26% of those surveyed said they plan to keep working full-time, and 22% were planning to delay their retirement, in many cases, by several years. That's not surprising because nobody's going to have money to retire, I'm guessing. We'll find out. Some 758 people 59 and older were surveyed on behalf of Retirement Living, a website that reviews retirement-related products and services. According to the survey, the average boomer thinks they need $1.2 million to retire comfortably. The average had only $680,000. And averages can be very misleading. According to the Federal Reserve's 3-yearly survey of consumer finances, the average or mean household headed by someone aged 55 to 64 has a net worth of $1.2 million. Sounds good? That number is skewed by a few very, very rich. The median household, meaning the one right in the middle, if you lined them up all from poorest to richest, had just $214,000. That's 1/6 as much. As for this long-awaited recession, when will it start? Will it come at all? Economists disagree. Economic forecasts are notoriously unreliable. During the global financial crisis of 2007 and 8, for example, many professional economists were still insisting the U.S. was going to be okay months after the recession had already begun. The money markets currently see inflation and interest rates tumbling in 2024. That could mean inflation has been defeated, or the economy has gone into a recession, or both. Meanwhile, for those nearing the retirement, the smart strategy is Jack Reacher's. Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Okay, guys, now let's get into some data from the National Council on Aging. They've put together a study here, and it reveals some really kind of sad things. Let's get into it. Okay, guys, this report is called the 80%, the continued toll of financial insecurity in retirement. And this is from the National Council on Aging. Okay, guys, so take a look at these older adult households that are divided into 20% quintiles here. All right, look at this. You can see the bottom 20% are only making $16,000 a year, you guys. That's their retirement income. Now, you can see that's down from 2014. And think about how crazy that is. Everything is going up. Inflation is going up. The cost of living is going up wildly. Everything's getting more expensive, but their income has gone down. That's crazy. And look, guys, this bottom 20%, they have no value in their residence. They have no financial assets, basically. They got nothing. They've just got this measly income. No offense to anyone making this exact income. Now, guys, in this top 10%, you see $109,000 annually, and that sounds all right to me, but depending on where you live, that is not very much for living. I mean, $109,000, and again, that's down from $113,000 in 2014. As you can see at this top 10%, we've got assets. We've got $1.8 million in assets, And some of that is the property value. Well, this is what they're cashing in on. They're saying, hey, while the market is good, I better sell this and cash in on it, because if I wait, I'm going to lose that value. That's what they're really worried about here, and who can blame them? So the results of this updated analysis suggest that most older Americans continue to lack sufficient resources to brave a financial shock, such as a significant long-term care need, health issue, or loss of income due to divorce or widowhood. And guys, the older you get, the more that unexpected event is likely to happen. Long-term care needs, medical needs, health issues, that stuff all becomes more likely the older you get. So this is really a sad statistic. Beyond financial shocks and LTSS needs, additional HRS analyses revealed that a substantial percentage of older adults do not have adequate income to live independently in the community without some assistance. With the exception of the bottom 20%, many older adults hold most of their financial assets in the property value of their homes. See, this is what has people scared, guys. They know all of their value, all of their net worth is locked up in their property. And if that value tanks, they're going to be boned. So they're getting out, they're selling. And that's what we're seeing here. And that is going to affect home prices as more inventory becomes available, obviously. So here's the takeaway, guys. Despite modest increases in income and household assets for the middle 40% of older adults in the U.S., 80% of older adults in the U.S. would be unable to absorb a financial shock such as long-term services and supports. Financial insecurity has largely remained unchanged for those already most at risk. In 2018, those in the bottom 20% had no financial assets, and those in the 21 to 40% quartile saw no increase in their assets value from 2016. And guys, the number of people that are making these decisions of whether to sell their house or not before the crash comes is significant, because guys, more Americans are about to turn 65 than ever before, and most will outlive their money. So guys, this is a sad reality. A lot of people are not ready for retirement. Most people have not saved the money that they will need to live comfortably. And you really have to ask yourself, what sort of lifestyle do you want to live once you retire? Do you want to be like that lady who lives on a cruise ship? Literally, she's just going to live the rest of her days out on a cruise ship? That's pretty sick.
I don't have to do anything. I do what I want, when I want, if I want.
Or do you want to be like the hunched over old Walmart greeter who you know is just dragging himself in there every day because he did not prepare financially the rest of his life? It's really important, guys, to employ sound financial habits and really put aside as much money as you can. Take advantage of any company matching that goes on with your 401k, all that stuff. I'm not a financial planner, but all that stuff is out there. You really need to take control of your finances. And the younger you are, guys, the more important it is, because all your efforts will have more time to compound. You could live as a millionaire when you retire. You're going to be in the sunset of your life. Take it easy, have fun. But also, for those of you who are waiting for house prices to come down, this is just yet one more factor that is going to be pushing those prices down and pushing the ball into your court as a buyer. So guys, tell me in the comments below, are you ready for retirement? I know I am personally not. My job currently is the first job that has offered a 401k, so I'm like way behind. But how are you guys doing? What's going on with your finances? As always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, be happy, healthy, wise, and wealthy.